Hi everybody, here it is, the Revolver Super Deluxe Edition vinyl set. I got the CD set a couple of days ago. I did an opening of that, showed all the content, so if you've not seen that and you want to, please go ahead and look at that after this video. But this is the vinyl box set, just arrived today. I'm going to take the shrink wrap off in a moment, show you exactly what you get in here. I'm going to show you how it sits on your shelves alongside other boxes. I'm going to show you the vinyl, how it sits on the turntable. Hopefully there's no warping issues with these. Well, let's get it open and have a look. So we've got, of course, the main Giles Martin remix here on the first disc, which I have to say I've only heard digitally so far because, of course, I've not had this, and I'm really enjoying that. I've done a full song-by-song review of that, so I won't give too much away, but what I will say is that the new remix is absolutely my go-to version for headphones from now on, no doubt about that. And I think it's a really good version to have as an alternate to the mono version, which we've got in here as well, so I'll cover that in a moment. But here it is. Let me get you a close-up of that box there. Now I will try again to show you. It does say Revolver down at the bottom if you get it in the right light. I'm not sure whether you can see that or not, but it's quite a neat effect. We've got the side spine, which says Revolver, obviously. On the back there, we've got all the credits. I'm going to get a close-up of this for you so you can see exactly what's what. So there's the main album remix there. You've got the sessions. You've got the mono version. So hopefully you've got a good view of that. There's the side, as you see, all the discs. So let's have a look. Let's get a close-up of the spines of the discs. I want to show you how the book compares, if at all, to the CD version. And I don't know the answer to that yet because I've not taken it out of here. So let's have a look first of all at the book that comes with this. On first glance, it looks to me to be pretty much the same as what's in the CD box set. But let's get that out as well and have a look just to see whether it differs in any way. So this is the CD, this is the vinyl. It's looking the same to me. CD book at the back, vinyl book. They're identical. So you will get the same book whichever version you get. But it's a really nice book. It's got the lad's hair from the front cover embossed there. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not going to show you all the pages, but hopefully if you've already watched the CD version, I might at random turn to a few different pages to what I've already shown. So let's have a look. We've got a foreword by Paul McCartney at the start, and I think just before that it does show the contents of the book, which I'll show for anybody who's not seen that yet in the CD version. And I'll just show you a few random pages just so you get an idea. Some good photographs there. It's a really nice quality book is this. We've got the road to Revolver there, so a lot of information about sort of the Beatles journey, to use the modern word, as they headed towards being able to put Revolver down on tape. We've got lots of information about the sessions here, individual songs. There's a page about Good Day Sunshine, so it will tell you about the new remix that they've done on here. It will tell you details about any bonus tracks on the album relating to that song. But of course that is the one song on the album that there isn't actually a sessions for, because they just kind of rattled it off straight away. I am also going to tell you a bit about the quality. Before I upload this video, I'm gonna do a listen to some of this vinyl and just focus on a few key things and see what I think about the actual sound quality. So this book is really nice that comes with this. I think you're going to enjoy that a lot if you are a fan of the Revolver era of the Beatles. And if you're not, why would you be watching this video, is the question I would ask. So we've taken the book out of here. We will then do, well, let's take them in order. We will see what comes. So the first one I'm going to take out, this looks to me to be the new remix. So it's standard Revolver cover, stereo, pretty standard back cover as well. Let's get you a look at the text that's on there. And we'll have a look at the album. Is it a polyline sleeve? It is a polyline sleeve, that's good news, so that will reduce static and look after the record a little better. So let's just confirm that this is definitely the remix album. It's not very clear, but it must, in the absence of any information saying it's otherwise, this must be the main new remix. So there you go, there is side 1. And there's side 2 on the Parlophone label, of course. Looking forward to having a play of that shortly, and like I say, I will give you some information on what I think about the sound quality during this video. So the next disc that comes out, now you see it doesn't really give you a great deal of information here. You've actually got to go looking to see that this is the mono version of the album. So it's great that they've included in this, this is a flat transfer from the original master tapes, the 1966 mono mix. Now certainly digitally that I've heard so far, there's a little bit of difference between this and what you would get in, for example, the Beatles in Mono CD box from 2009. And I would assume similar differences, because it's mastering differences I will hear between this and what's in the 2014 Beatles in Mono vinyl box. The 2009 and 2014 have had little bits of EQ applied to them. This is described as purely a flat transfer. So you could argue that this is probably a bit nearer to the sound of the master tapes, whereas the 2009-2014, it could be argued, have been very, very slightly sweetened. I don't want to say too much because it's, you know, they are pretty damned authentic, but they have just had slight sort of EQ touch-ups. But there you go, there's side 1 and there's side 2. And that's your mono version. Again, it's in a polylined sleeve, which is great. It's a very matte back cover on this. So I think that would be prone to fingerprints if you're not careful. But it's like glossy on the front, but matte on the back. Fair enough. So that's your stereo and your mono versions. We've then got the sessions. So these come in a gatefold. Save that one till later. These come in a gatefold, so we've got that what could have been the Revolver cover but went unused there, so it's great to see something utilising that at last. So again, it's very sort of glossy on the front and matte on the back. So let's have a look at the contents of this particular box, this particular album. So there you go. Hopefully you can pause that if you need to and read that at your leisure. I'm really enjoying the sessions for this. They are, I think they're up there with the sessions discs of any of the Beatles anniversary releases so far. I won't say too much on that because again I don't want to spoil it for people, but I have done a song by song review of all of the sessions if you want to search that out if you've not seen it yet. So this matches the style of the CD where we've got a different kind of label. So this is, let's just check what this is. This is Revolver Sessions side 1. That's nice. And Revolver Sessions side 2. Okay, and we'll get the other album out from the gatefold. I'll show you the centre of the gatefold in a moment as well, so you can see what that looks like. Oh, this one's just a little bit, no, that's okay, that's come out okay. Okay, so this is labelled side 3. And then we have side 4. So, like I say, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put all of these on my record player in a moment and get you a view of, hopefully they are nice flat pressings, we will see. So I'll show you that shortly. And then the controversial 5th disc, which in the Let It Be box was controversial, and it was a 12-inch EP. This time it's a 7-inch EP. This is Paperback Writer and Rain. So let's get you a good close-up of that. And then on the other side, it's a very sort of authentic 60s looking single with the Ematex cleaning products advert there. So this has got on side 1, let's just confirm I get the sides right here. We've got Paperback Writer and Rain in stereo, and then we've got Paperback Writer and Rain in mono. So the stereo on side one, these are new 2022 Giles Martin remixes of the songs. And then on the B side, again, it's original mono mixes, so likely very, very similar to what you've heard in the past. I did cover some slight differences again in my song by song review video. I said I was going to show you the gatefold, didn't I, for the sessions, and I didn't. How wrong of me. So there you go, that's a nice gatefold there, showing the lads at Abbey Road working on the album. So let's get these records onto the turntable and see how flat they are. This is disc 1, the stereo remix. That is looking nice and flat. This is disc 2, this is the mono album. Again, that's looking really nice and flat. Sessions disc 1, this had a little bit of dirt on it that needed cleaning off, but again, that's looking pretty flat to me. And this is sessions disc 2. There's a little bit of wobble you can see there, but that's nothing that's going to affect the playback, so if that's the worst of it, that's not too bad at all. And this is the 7-inch EP of Paperback Writer and Rain. Again, sitting perfectly flat, very nice. So before we get this put in the shelf, I just want to talk about the listen that I've just had. I started off with the new stereo remix, and there was a little bit of noise on the outer groove, but I gave it a good clean, and it was certainly a lot better. So maybe you might want to give it a bit of a clean, potentially. There was also a decent bit of noise in the run-out groove, but I didn't get any inner groove distortion. I know that's something that some people were bothered about whether they were going to hear. Some people heard that on the Let It Be set. I certainly didn't get any at my end. Now, different people's setups could produce different results, but I didn't get any inner groove distortion, and I particularly focused on side one because the music goes a lot closer to the centre on side one than it does on side two. But on neither side did I get any inner groove distortion. In terms of volume of this, it was interesting. I A-B'd with the digital versions. I had both playing and I was switching between them at the same time. So I played Eleanor Rigby, and I set it at a nice listening volume on the digital version, which is about 9 o'clock on my volume on my amp. And when I switched to the vinyl, I had to crank it up to about 10 o'clock to get it at the same level. Now, I think that's a good thing. That likely means that there's more dynamic range on the vinyl than there is on the CD, which is what you'd hope and expect to hear. So I think that's certainly a good thing. In terms of sound quality, it's difficult reviewing sound quality because obviously everybody's system's different. What I hear is going to be different to what you're going to hear. But certainly on the remix, which I know is half speed mastered, my ears tend to sort of pick up on a smoother bass on half speed masters, and I certainly did here as well. I thought that the bass was really nice. The clarity's all there. It's really a very nice sounding remix. Apart from She Said, which I'm still trying to get used to, I am really enjoying this remix, and the sound quality and the clarity of it was really good on here. I had a play of the mono version, and as you'd expect, that packs a real punch. The same as the version in the 2014 mono vinyl box, although like I said in my song by song review video, there are a few very subtle differences. But if you're expecting that mono punch, you will get it in spades on the mono version here. I also specifically wanted to have a play of the 7-inch Revolver EP because I wanted to see whether Paperback Writer hits you in the stomach like it does. That's not your stomach, but never mind. Whether it hits you like it does on the original mono, and it does. Paperback Writer is one of the great Beatles mono songs for the way that it was mixed, and it sounds absolutely great. And I wanted to know what would happen when I flipped over to the A side for the new 2022 stereo remix. Would it be of a similar volume, or would the volume be cranked up on the remix? Thankfully, it's a consistent volume level on both sides A and B for the new 2022 remixes and the original mono versions. So a little bit of noise on the outer grooves and inner grooves, as in surface noise. No inner groove distortion, but hopefully that should all be fixed with a bit of a clean. So, how about this shelf? Well, on my CD review I had a bit of a pickle because I had no room for this. I've done a bit of reorganisation, and those people who complained that I had put Revolver at the end here in the order of the anniversary editions released, you'll be pleased to see that I've put it where it chronologically belongs. But there you go, that's slotting in there. Let's have a look at how that fits for size. It's definitely a bigger box than the CD version. What does it compare to? It's probably nearly as thick as the Sgt. Pepper CD box, and probably just equally as thick as Let It Be, maybe even a little bit thicker, I'm not quite sure. Probably is just about. Don't forget, I'm going to be doing a listening party on Tuesday 1st of November, where we all play our own copies at our own ends, hit play at the same time, and then we can discuss through the live chat what we think about the album, what we like, what we don't like. So I hope that you can join me for that. I'll put little adverts out beforehand just to remind people, but it should be 9 PM UK time on Tuesday 1st of November. So I hope you've enjoyed that presentation of the Beatles Revolver Super Deluxe Vinyl Edition. I'm going to spend a lot of quality time with this over the next few days, weeks, and maybe even months, hopefully. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.